Here with Xande Ribeiro, #1 man of the world right now, absolute champion, mundials, so much more. Thank you for your time. Okay. Recently you had your first MMA fight. How was that for you?
It was a great experience. It's like just a point that I have to point it. I never ever had a street fight before. I never had really had engagement with another man and fight them. And I think it was very interesting. You know, I think I did it very good for my first fight. I was ready for it. Maybe it wasn't 100% like I would like to be. But it was a great experience. I got to fight 3 rounds, and I couldn't ask nothing better than that. You know, first experience in Japan, main event, a tough opponent. You know, and he didn't really commit too much to the fight. He kind of waited for my attacks. I got really tired, and I kept going. So I think it was a very good experience, and I can't wait for the next one.
Thank you. I know I was here in Toronto, Canada, watching it at about 5 o'clock in the morning. Since it was in Sengoku, it was overseas real early. It was definitely a great fight. You ended up winning by TKO in like the last 30 seconds of the fight. It was a great fight. Now, regarding your stand-up, what have you been working since then?
I'm working on my posture. You know, I'm not really going to MMA to be a striker. Because even though it's a fight, it's engagement, a lot of people, they tend to trade their characteristics, you know, like I'm a grappler and I'm always going to be a grappler, but, you know, punch people in the face is fun and you got to work that. And I'm working a lot on my posture, on my defensive skills, you know. I think in my first fight, my posture wasn't really what I wanted. I kind of felt very unbalanced a lot of times. My punch was pretty out of range a lot of times. But you know, I'm working with the best guy in the world right now, from UDL, Universidade da Luta, and Gida, Mauricio, they're great. I'm feeling so comfortable. I already see a lot of improvement. And I think it's gonna be a great year, and you're gonna see a different Xande next time I step in the ring.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear. It was a great start in the first place. Now, just one more thing about your fighting here. Do you have any plans for return anytime soon?
Yeah, Sengoku, we're gonna have a show end of February, beginning of March, about that time, and I'm planning on fighting that card. We're just dealing with a couple opponents right now, and I don't have any opponents set up yet. I have a couple names. Probably going to be a Japanese guy. I'm hopefully for that. I love to fight Japanese because I'm fighting Japan, so if we get a good experience, it would be good for me to get good fighters. And I don't know, I'm just willing to get a good opponent and be able to showcase my skills.
All right, great. Now let's get right down to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Now, how did you get started?
I started when I was 10 years old. Actually, it was a funny story again. Me and my buddies, when we used to kind of like fight each other on the street, we decided on a grappling match, you know, even though we didn't know anything, you know. We had a big grass camp in there, and then we had problems with each other. We just go and grapple, you know. And one day my brother just came to me. I did judo for a little bit before, and he goes to me and says, "Hey man, you gotta get in shape. You know, let's learn some self-defense. Let's learn how to defend yourself." And then since then I went to school, bought my gi, and then it was awesome. You know? I had a great first class. I had a great school. I have my basics. You know what I mean? They're all cut now, and I'm very blessed the way it started, the way I developed my skills in jiu-jitsu.
Okay, now when did you realize, or when were you first told that you were something special in the world of Jiu-Jitsu?
Well, it's funny, for the first until my purple belt, I had like maybe 4 losses in my whole career, you know. And I didn't really realize, I was just a kid, you know. And that's funny because all the time I would fight. I was 12, 13 years old, and I would see the little stage and just stop to watch my fights, you know. But I never really thought about that, you know. And I was one of the best on my states. I won like 10 state championships. I won like every single tournament possible until I moved to Rio. And I moved to Rio as a purple belt. That's when I kind of clicked a little bit because my brother was already in Rio, and and he was already very famous. People feared him a lot. And then on my first fight, that I stepped in my first world tournament, I moved to Rio, and then my first tournament as a purple belt, I stepped in the ring, and right before it started, the guy come up to me, my opponent, and say, "Hey, it's an honor for me to fight you." And I'm like, that's odd, you know, like my opponent saying that. So I think from that moment I thought that I had something special coming from my family. I already had a talent, you know, because I won the World Championship first year I was Rio, purple belt. I won another one as a brown belt, and then it took me a while to win as a black belt, but worth it, you know. And I don't know, I think just little things that make you special, you know, like how people sees you, how people look at you, you know. And since that point, I say, well, I need to do this job right, you know, because people really enjoy it.
That's awesome. I know I've been to a few tournaments myself in the prestigious white belt category, and I have not yet had anybody say that they are honored to fight me. Maybe one day in the future that will happen. Maybe not. Maybe. We will see. Okay, now just a quick question. I'm kind of wondering, what do you listen to, if anything, before you know, jiu-jitsu matches, before fights? Like, what do you listen to?
I used to listen to a lot of music, but that's funny because sometimes I would step in the mat and the music would be still in my head, you know, and then you'd be in the mat and you see that thing in the back of party, like, come on, start party, and like you fight, and so I don't really like listen to anything, you know. I don't really have that. You know, if I'm kind of like shoot noise outside or something just get in my mind, I just put some like electronic music. There's no saying, you know. And sometimes there's some music that pump me up, you know, that have good lyrics. I listen to it just to get me in that mode and get me a little bit more, you know, the term. You know? I don't really have like a song or something to, you know. That's funny because to choose the music I was going to fight in Japan, I couldn't choose it because I didn't have a music, so I just picked one. You know, it was like kind of like a electronic techno music. You know, it was funny. But I don't really have like a special music. You know, I don't really get focused on that. I focus on clear my mind. I really like try to just meditate and try to get my senses out. You know, I don't like to put some music in my ears to get concentrated or something. I just like to close my mouth and try to forget the world outside and make my own music inside my body, you know. And the music in my body there's no music, you know. I just clear my mind for all the thoughts, just clear my mind for everything that's outside, and just focus on the fight.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about Jiu Jitsu University, both the book by your brother Saulo and the actual establishment that you have set up, the University of Jiu-Jitsu in San Diego.
Yes. What are we doing? Because since we and Saulo started to travel a lot, we saw that Jiu-Jitsu, like, because there's the old Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, there's the Jiu-Jitsu that came from Japan, there's the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and nowadays the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? The Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, in fact, is a little different than the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, see, it's already like chapter of the university, you know the difference. Because the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for early Greece was very developed for self-defense. It was purely a self-defense system. There was no 100 ways to sweep the guy. There was not 100 ways to catch his arm. It was purely strictly for you to defend yourself. So through the years of competition, and then Jiu-Jitsu became more of a sport. And internationally known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know. So in my conception, the sport of Jiu-Jitsu is called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The rules that we fight, their sweeps, their back take and chokes and all that. And the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is more like the self-defense part towards the MMA and the human to defend yourself in a way. So starting from that, me and my brother, we always saw that a lot of people, they really don't understand what to be a martial artist, especially in the Occidental world. You know, everybody thinks just come to the gym, look tough, put like a red gi. It's not that. There are statements. The martial arts is supposed to improve you as a being, as a social guy, as a person in society. So the University of Jiu Jitsu brought a little bit of that. because I want my students and everybody's under our association, our Saulo Ribeiro Jiu Jitsu Association. We go on those rules, you know. We take care of our uniform, we tie the belt properly, we have a standard formation, we bow, we understand all the elements that compose our martial artist. And of course, understand the history of Jiu Jitsu. We have the book, the Graceway book from Kid Pellegro. That's one of the things you have to read, and we have the written test for that. And I think it's important, you know. Oh, you do a martial art? Yeah, I do a martial art. Who's the creator of martial art? Oh, it's Xande Ribeiro. How Jiu-Jitsu was created? Well, Xande Ribeiro was watching his brother Carlos teach the classes, and he thought he could do his own way. So people need to understand that, you know, because I want my students to be a fulfilled martial artist. Skill doesn't matter. Anyone can be skilled, but knowledge is the difference. So that's the difference on the University of Jiu-Jitsu. That's what we make our students understand. That's important to have discipline, understand discipline, honor, loyalty, and hierarchy. You know, like you understand that a higher belt, someone that's a higher belt, you need to respect him. You know, and like you want to be respected. So there's a lot of things that the University of Jiu-Jitsu is bringing to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu nowadays, so people can understand what's A, what's B, and what's C. Because I think, in my experience, that a lot of schools that I travel, a lot of people don't do that. You know, it's just a big grocery shop. You know? Everybody do what they want. They take the gis off. They want to show that they're strong. It's not that. You know, martial arts is supposed to keep you humble. It's supposed to give you confidence. You know, and it's supposed to make you deal with your ego, you know. And then, so all those elements brought me and my brother Saulo to create the University of Jiu-Jitsu. And one of our postures is that the University of Jiu-Jitsu don't want to be a team. We're not the University of Jiu-Jitsu team. All my students fight for Saulo Ribeiro Jiu-Jitsu competition team. But our school is open for anyone that wants this kind of Jiu-Jitsu, that wants this kind of approach. So that's one of the reasons we created that name, University of Jiu-Jitsu, because it's for everybody. There's no trainers in my school, there's no creoles. There is loyalty, there is discipline, that we have, and there's honor. And what a man has a word that he's gonna do something. You know, so anyone that's watching us right now is more than welcome to come to University of Jiu-Jitsu. We're gonna teach you our skills, we're gonna make you understand our point of view of the sport, and it's this great nature.
What are your feelings towards training no gi? Do you have any? Are you for it? Are you against it?
I really like it. I like no gi. I think gi and no gi they bond together because it is a grappling art. But the only thing I don't really agree is that a new student starts straight on no gi. Alright? I have my point of view. Some people have their point of view. I think in the long run, both one help the other one. I think my jiu-jitsu increased a lot when I started to compete no gi, because no gi is more about the positioning, alright? But for a beginner, I wouldn't tell a student to start with no gi, you know. My school is only gi, we don't train no gi. In case we just train no gi if you have a tournament. Because, like I said, in my point of view, no gi is not going to bring you the finesse, right? Because the gi is going to help you. You have way more options. You can do it for longer. And I don't know. I just think wearing this uniform and the belt is something that makes me proud. No gi, I think no gi levels a lot from below. That's not easy. Like a black belt might lose to a purple belt in a no gi match, but in a gi match, and then it's another story, you know. And as a martial art, I think Jiu-Jitsu is more complex than no gi, you know. But with all this MMA thing and a lot of people misconceptions, you know. And I still think for you to really understand no gi, you need to start with the gi, you know, so you understand the grips, all the movement. Because when you go for no gi, there's a lot of athleticism, you know. You can just like scramble, there's a lot of scramble, you know. In Jiu-Jitsu, there's not too much scramble. You can stop. And Jiu-Jitsu can go for longer, you know. You can be older and you're still going to be able to be technical. No gi, you really need to be technical. But a lot of people tend to be more aggressive and athletic than technical. So I don't have anything against no gi. I just think that if you open a martial arts school, you should always do the traditional gi. And then use the no gi as a recreational thing. You know, okay, let's do this position for no gi. And that's fun, but mainly no gi, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think that's not what's gonna make you better. I think gi gonna make you better. Gi gonna make you understand everything that I said before. Discipline, hierarchy, loyalty, because that's where everything came from. And for the ones that like to to see the differences, the biggest tournament on earth is the Abu Dhabi Combat Tournament, the World Submission Wrestling. All the champions of no gi, they come from the gi. Myself in the heavyweight, Virgil in the super heavyweight, Damian Haya, Marcelo Garcia, Hani Ania, they all come from the gi. Even Jeff Monson is a big wrestler in no gi. He bowed to the gi, you know, because he felt that helped him to increase his no gi skills. Minotauro, all those great guys, they all came from the gi, you know. And of course, you're gonna be good in no gi, yes, but maybe you're not gonna be so confident.
Okay, and in the future, of course, with future competitors, me myself, the MMA analyst, I train gi as well. Not to say that I'm on the level of any of those guys, because I'm not. But the future, nah, that's just me. That's just me talking. Okay. The future is here.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. What's the little non-martial art related, non-Jiu Jitsu related? What's the last movie you saw that you really liked?
Last movie I watched that I really liked?
Yeah.
I haven't really watched movies. I really like, I'm a cinephilus, like I'm addicted to movies. But actually I haven't been in movies in a while. I think the last movie I watched, what was it? Saw? Oh, that was terrible. Great Debater is a great movie. I don't know, I watch a lot of movies like over and over again, you know. I don't really have, I like comedies a lot. Many comedies and like movies like Seven, movies like Hannibal. I like those kind of movies. I don't really care about that.
It's alright. Now, if we rolled, me, myself, you see me in the gi, you know my strengths. If we rolled 100 times, would I get lucky, even close to lucky, even once? Like maybe even just would I even get advantage? Just one? That's a no. 1,000 times?
Well, right now, the next 5 years maybe.
So I got, okay, 5 years, that's good. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. I don't want to,
Okay, and finally, before I ask you, you know, if there's anybody you want to say anything to or whatever, whatnot, as in one being great, awesome, 10 being the greatest of all time, how would you rate myself as an interviewer, the MMA analyst? Now, one, of course, being awesome.
You're good, you're great. I don't like to put numbers on it, you know. I think your questions are very straightforward, that's important, you go straight to the point. What you ask is a lot of doubts, especially from people from this school. They always debate, you know, because this is going to be, especially the gi and no gi, and the Jiu Jitsu University and University of Jiu Jitsu, a lot of people ask me those things. It's important that you as an interviewer that understand where I come from, where can you really like put a finger on my little scar and I can say things, you know. I would say that you're going for 8, 9.
8? Oh, so and belt wise, that's like that's a
purple belt. Yeah. I put you in a purple belt.
Purple belt interviewer.
Articulated, good questions.
All right. Okay, and finally.
I'm a tough teacher. That's why I did that.
And finally, is there anybody you would like to, anything you'd like to say to your fans?
I'd like to say to all my Canadian fans, thank you very much for the support. Toronto BJJ here is doors open for everybody that willing to learn. I'm coming to Canada very often. I feel this is like a second house for me. I love the Canadian people. Thank you guys for watching this. And you know, just expect me to do my best next year. It's a mission next year. I'm going for the 3rd absolute title. And that's something that nobody ever achieved, you know, and I think that's very, very unique, especially for me, you know. And especially competition-wise, you know, I think if I win this title, I think that's something that will outstand me from everybody that ever existed in Jiu-Jitsu, you know. And it's just something that I want for myself, I want passion, you know. I don't want to brag about being the #1. It's just something that I was born in Jiu-Jitsu, I grew up doing this, I think I do the right way, and I'm really good for it. So if you guys can cheer for me, it'll be good. You know, I'm going to be there doing my job. MMA is on the line too, Abu Dhabi, so it's a big year. And just want to say thanks for the Canadian fans, for everybody that's out there watching me. Just keep training, keep focused, and let's bring this martial arts to the next level.
Okay, thank you.
Remember, Jiu-Jitsu is important.